Hello everyone, today we'll be creating a table in Microsoft Access database. But before we can create the table, we have to create the database itself because the database houses the table. To launch Microsoft Access, you can use your search bar, you click on it, then you type Access. When you type Access, you will see the app here. You can click on it for it to open, or you can click on your Windows button. You use this scroll bar to scroll down to where we have the Microsoft Office suite. Then you click here to expand, then you will see Access. You click on Access and it will open. Now here are the recent database we have created before. Now here is like a template for customized web application database, but we are interested in creating a blank desktop database. So we'll click here. Now we'll be prompted to give our database a name. So we're going to call our school. We type school there. Now this database will be saved in documents. That is the location in our computer system where it will be saved. But if we don't want it to be saved there, we can click on this yellow icon, then we navigate. Let's say we want it to be saved in our desktop. We can click on desktop, then we click on OK. Now you can see that this particular address have changed from document to desktop. Okay, you can just click on create for the database to be created. Now the database is now created, but by default we are having table 1. Now let's say we want to create a student table. How do we change this table 1 to student table? We can let's select this table first. Then in table design, in table we have two views. We have the datasheet view and we have the design view. Now the datasheet view is mostly used to enter data into our table, while the design view defines the structure of our table. Now it is in the design view that we get to put each of the column or each of the attributes of the table. Okay, let's go straight away to clicking on the design view. Now we'll be prompted to give our table a name. Now our table name, we said, is going to be student. Then when we type student, we click on OK. Now we'll be given an environment like this. Now here are the field name and here are the data types. When we say data types, we're simply saying what kind of value will be stored in this particular field. Now here we are going to define all the attributes a student is going to have. We're going to list them here and give them the kind of data it should be saved in them before we can go to datasheet view to now enter the data. Okay, I will start with serial number. I want serial number to be auto number because I want it to be auto numbering for me. Then the next attribute a student can have, let's say a student should have a reg number or a matric number. Okay, let me do reg underscore number. I'm going to make that a short text. The student should have a name. Okay, so let me make it student, that is s underscore name. A student, I'm still going to make that one short text. A student should have should belong to a particular department. Okay, let me have it department as depth. I'm still going to make it short text. A student should belong to a particular level, and a student should also belong to a particular program. Okay, here in level, let's say if it's a polytechnic settings in Nigeria, you know that we're going to have levels like ND1, ND2, HND1, HND2. Now you can change this data type and make it to be something um, um, user friendly that can give your users options to entering the kind of value that you want. We can achieve that using lookup wizard. Okay, we click on lookup wizard. We want to type in the value by ourselves. We select that, we click on next, Now we now type those options we wanted. We said ND1. We also said ND2. We also said HND1. We also said HND2. Okay, we can click on next and click on finish, though it's still showing short text. But when we change our view to datasheet view, we will now see the beauty of what we just did here. Now, there's something else I should tell you, and that is every table should have a primary key. Primary key are usually unique fields that uniquely identifies each record of a table. Now, looking at this serial number here, we have a key icon beside it. That means by default, this particular field is our primary key, but you know it should have been range number because range number is unique. So if we must change it to range number, we have to place our mouse here this way, then we click, then you come here where we have primary key and click. Now you can see that the key icon have moved from serial number to range number. That means range number is now our primary key. Okay, let's switch view by coming to view here, click on it, then we make it datasheet view. It says we must first of all save table. Do you want to save the table now? We click on yes. So that means that before you can switch view, you must do what? Save the table first. Okay, I start by entering range number. Now we said range number 001. Then the student name is let's say his name is James, and James is in computer science department, so let's just use CS for computer science. Now level, look at what we did in level. Because of we gave our user what options, so the user, instead of typing in any of the value, the user can do what? Just click on the value and it's been it will now appear there. Okay, program, the person can be in a morning program, that is, the person comes to school in the morning. Okay, we can enter other values like 002. Let's say the 002, we have John, and John is in um, mass communication, so let's use MC for mass communication. John is in HND1, and John loves to come to school in the evening hours. Okay, now there's something I should tell you about primary key columns. This particular column was the column we choose to be our primary key. We selected that it should be our primary key. Now, one thing about primary key is that it cannot take duplicate value and it cannot take a null value. Let's practicalize that. Now, here we already have 001, right? Okay, let's assign 001 to somebody else. 001, let's say this time we have Peter, and this time Peter is in banking and finance, so let's say BF, and Peter is in ND1. We select ND1, and Peter loves to come to school in the morning. Okay, now let's go to the next line. See, it's giving us a warning. It says the changes you requested on the table were not successful because they would create duplicate values in the index, primary key, or relationship. Change the data in the field or the fields that contains duplicate data. Remove the index or redefine the index to permit duplicate entries and try again. Now the reason why we are having this is because of these duplicate primary keys, these duplicate values that we are having in the primary keys column. So when once you make a particular field a primary key, that field cannot take duplicate values. So if we do this and we change it to 3, we come to the next one, it works. Now I also said that primary key fields or primary key columns cannot take a null value. That means it cannot be left empty. Okay, let's say we do not type anything here, we just come here and we type let's say Andy is the next name, Andy, and Andy is in electrical and electronics department. Let's use EE for that. Then Andy is in HND2, and Andy. Okay, now look at this. You must first enter value in student reg number field. Look at this. We did not enter any value here. That is why it is giving us this error message saying that we must do what, enter something there. So this is a proof that the primary key field or primary key column cannot take an empty value or a null value. So until when we come here and say 004, it we can go to the next line even if we not enter anything here, because here we did not define any restriction on it. Okay, now look at that. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope and believe that this video has really helped you to create that access database and also a table in it. Watch out for more videos where we'll be creating forms, we'll be creating queries, and also reports. Thank you for watching once again.